In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to get a 700 plus credit score. There's going to be a lot of components. Everybody thinks that in the credit repair process, just removing negative items is going to get you to a 700 credit score. That's simply not the truth. What you're going to need to do is also work on adding positive items as well as removing the negative items. So really, when we talk about removing negative items, all that really happens when you remove negative items is that you basically improve the payment history percentage. So let's say, for example, you got, and we'll do the quick math here. So guys, let's say you had 100 payments, right? And you missed one payment, one missed payment. What is this gonna be? Well, you can literally pull out your calculator and do it. So this would obviously be 99%, but just to show you guys too, I'll literally whip it out here. So 1 divided by 100.01. So 100 minus 0.01 is 99. So 99% payment history isn't horrible, but ideally you want to get to 100%. So let's say, for example, a lot of my clients come to me with 80%, 70%, 90% payment history. What we do is we try to work on removing those negative items for them so they can get as close to 100% as possible. Anything over 95% isn't going to be horrible, but it's definitely going to help you out. So let's say you're somebody that has 10 missed payments out of a 100 payment period. So that means you're going to have a 90% payment history. So 90% payment history, not as horrible as somebody that has 70%, but it's still pretty bad, right? So what is something you can do? Let's say, for example, you're working with somebody that's helping you remove your negative items, or you're doing it yourself. Well, as you know, the credit repair process can take a minute. So let's say you wanted to improve your credit score as soon as next month. This is some of the things you could do, right? So number one is add more positive payments. So you might be asking me, how am I supposed to add more positive payments? Well, the simple answer is add more positive accounts. But when you're going to be adding these positive accounts are going to be things like secured credit cards, secured loans, anything secured, because if you're building your credit out or trying to repair, you're most likely around the 500 or 600, and you're not going to get approved for unsecured credit cards. So the best thing to do is try to go for that secured credit card, because that's going to build positive payments. So let's say you got your secure credit card this month. In the next 2-3 months, you're going to have good, you're going to have a couple months of good payment history reporting. And if you do that on a long enough time horizon, now you have even more positive payments. So the whole point of this is to add more positive payments, guys. So don't go rushing into getting all these accounts just to soon end up getting more negative payments. So you want to make sure, if you're going to start adding more positive accounts, you don't want to have any negative item come of it, right? So make sure you stay on top of your payments and everything. So number two, what you can do is ask for credit limit increases. When you ask for these credit limit increases, a lot of people don't have the money to pay their debt down, right? So the whole point of paying your debt down is to reduce your utilization. A lot of people don't have $3,000, $4,000 to throw at their credit cards to reduce their utilization. But something that you can do is just pick up the phone or go on your app and try to ask for a credit limit increase, because a lot of people have had these cards for a while and they've never asked for a credit limit increase. You should be asking for credit limit increases every 6 months. The reason I say 6 months is because that's the usual time frame every credit card company lets you ask for one. These are normally soft pulls, so it's not going to affect you in a bad way. As far as hard inquiries go, there's normally just a soft inquiry. So we talked about payment history and we talked about bringing down utilization. You might be wondering, what's the next thing, the third thing I can do to boost my credit score? So guys, the third thing you can do is ask your family member who has an excellent credit score to see if they have any cards that they wouldn't mind adding you as an authorized user. Now you can literally tell them, just add your name on it and they can shred the card up, cut it up, whatever, because you're not going to be using this. You simply just want their good positive payments reporting on your credit report. Keep in mind, guys, a lot of people get confused and think that an authorized user weighs as heavy as your primary account. You can add all the authorized user accounts in the world, but if the bank doesn't see any primary accounts in your name, they're not going to trust you as much. This method is just another way to make your credit score go up even further. So ideally, let's say you already had a pretty decent credit report and you did these 3 things. This is just going to strengthen it even more. I've seen people do this 3 right here and increase their credit score about 100 to 150 points in just 1 month. The reason why it goes up so fast is because you got to think about it. Let's look. So payment history makes up 35% of your credit score. Utilization makes up another 30%. So these 2 things right here is 65% of your credit score. So a lot of people wonder, Oh, I missed one payment. Why did my credit score go down so bad? Oh, my utilization went from 20 to 30. Why did my credit score go down so bad? Well, they're the biggest factors on your credit score, so why wouldn't it go down so bad? So if you reverse engineer it, if you improve these factors, why wouldn't your credit score go up even faster, right? So just make sure you use these two, payment history and utilization, to your favor and not use them to hurt you. So to recap, we're going to get secure credit cards. These secure credit cards, again, are going to help you with payment history and bringing down your utilization. We're going to ask for credit limit increases. And we're also going to ask our family members to be added as a authorized user. So if someone was around a 580 and they did all these things to a T, they could soon see their credit score go to at least a 680. Just 100 points. For example, I've seen clients that had their utilization at 70%, drop it all the way to 10. And that 60% drop in utilization helped their credit go from a 550 to a 700. Now, when you start to think about things like removing negative items, reducing utilization, adding positive payments, all these things, and you do it all together, like I said, credit is kind of a headache because it has a lot of factors involved in it. But when you use all these factors to your advantage, your credit score will go up a lot. So guys, make sure you do these tips provided to you today to boost your credit score, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. I'll see you guys on the next video.